Here with Kim Lieder of the BSU women's hockey team. Just doing a story on just how you've kind of risen through the BSU program, and now you're one of the staples of the defensive line for BSU. Just, talk about the process of how you ended up at BSU. I know you walked onto the program. Just talk about how you ended up playing here at BSU.
I actually played for the Minnesota Thoroughbreds my junior and senior year, and I really wanted to play D1 hockey. That was my dream. And so I actually didn't get any offers, so I walked on into Bemidji State because I love the campus, I love the area, and the coaches seemed really, really nice. So I walked on and luckily made the team. And basically I was a forward my whole life, and then I didn't get much playing time, so coach moved me back to defense my sophomore year, and that's where I got most of my playing time. And I learned the position, and the rest is history.
What do you think it's taken to set yourself apart and, just even though you were a walk-on, you've kind of beat out several scholarship players to find your place at BSU. Just what has it taken to kind of make a name for yourself here?
I think the way coach kind of raised me on the team was to be such a smart player and know what just my job was, because being the third pair my sophomore year of defense, he just wanted me to be smart with the puck, get it in deep, and so I learned initially my job was just to be smart with the puck and move it up quick, and I think that's what developed me to be such a good player as a defenseman, because I didn't want to make any mistakes.
What was the whole process of, like you said, you came here as a forward, but Coach Surdich moved you to defense, what you said, your sophomore year. Just what was the whole process of him moving you there? Just what was the conversation you guys had, and how easy was the transition for you?
It actually wasn't a conversation. We were just walking on the ice just before tryouts my sophomore year, and he said, "Hey Kim, I think you're going to try defense this year." And I was willing to give anything to try that was going to give me some playing time, so I took it with full arms and ran with it. And Heather Farrell, who was our coach before, was so good with me and taught me the position really well. So
yeah, just talk about what some of the assistant coaches, like I said, Coach Surdich, Coach Farrell, Coach Fricklin, Coach Veenker, Coach Hansen, what they've done to kind of cultivate you as a player here at BSU.
Well, I think again they wanted me initially just to be the smart third pair. I don't think they necessarily saw me as a top four ever in my lifetime. I think they wanted to I think you're going to stay as a top six, that kind of thing. But I wanted to be top four by the end of my career, so I think they wanted to work with me, and they know that I was going to give hard work every day. So they gave me an opportunity.
What you've done on the ice hasn't always shown up in the stat column, but this season you lead the team in plus minus. I think you're plus 16 on the year right now, which is just crazy. Just what have you done, even though some other players might find the goal or get assists more than you? What have you tried to do on the ice to just help your team find success?
Like I said, I'm not much of a goal scorer or anything like that, but coach always taught me to move the puck up quick and to be that kind of player to protect the puck, move the puck up, and that was my role. So I've known that for a long time, that was my role, so I try to do what makes him happy.
Just talk about this season a little bit. You guys have found a lot of success this year. You've been ranked as high as 7th this year and been ranked, I think, about 3-4 weeks in a row now. Just what is it about this team this season that's been able to get some big upsets and find a lot of success?
I think we have a lot of heart and a lot of good leadership. I mean, our senior class, we have 6 of us, and I think we all, bottom line, we all have hard work, and I think everyone follows after that, because I don't think we're a very skilled team, but I think we all have hard work, and I think that's the most important thing to a team sometimes, is that we're willing to give each other everything out on the ice every game.
You're one of the seniors on this team. Just what have you tried to do from a leadership standpoint to help some of the younger players?
Well, I try to be a positive motivator on the ice and during practice, and try to stay positive and know that they don't have much experience, and sometimes you forget that they haven't had as much experience as you. So try to stay positive and keep motivating them and tell them they're doing a good job, because my power play is actually really young. I have 3 freshmen on it, but they're doing awesome. So I think just giving them some confidence underneath it will go a long way.
Your career here at BSU is winding down. Just what is it going to be like to take the ice for the final time here at the Sanford Center and have an end to your career as a women's hockey player?
I mean, it's bittersweet. This rink has been awesome for us, and we've had a lot of accomplishments in it. So it's going to be really sad, but I think I have a really great team behind me, so it should be exciting.
What's next for you after hockey?
Hopefully finding a job. I'm majoring in exercise science, so I want to get a job right off the bat, so hopefully doing something in personal training or cardiac rehab.
Okay. Here with Assistant Coach Shane Veenker of the BSU women's hockey team, just talking about Kimberly Lieder and how she's kind of ascended the ranks here at BSU from walk-on player to now one of the leaders of the defense. Just, talk about how she kind of got her start here from walking on and just how that whole process started.
Well, it's a great story, and all the credit goes to Kim, and I don't know if you know the whole story, but we had talked to Kim a little bit in the recruiting process, and then she came up kind of late in the process and wanted to talk to us about coming here as a walk-on, and we originally said no, and Kim took it pretty hard, but one of Kim's greatest qualities is her persistence. She didn't take no for an answer, and thank God she didn't, because I made a lot of mistakes here, but thankfully that mistake that we made didn't come back to bite us. So she got a chance, came in as a tryout player. We didn't know if her tryout would last 1 to 4 days, but thankfully she made the team. We took a chance on her. But even after her first year, we weren't convinced that she could play at this level. And again, she didn't take no for an answer. She was persistent, and she thankfully didn't change her situation and came back. And, she's just an unbelievable story that, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And, she's really gotten her game to a high level. And, the first thing when you talk about Kim Lieder, you have to talk about her battle level. She hates to lose probably more than she loves to win, and I would hate to have to fight her for a loose puck out there, because she'll bite, scratch, pull hair, whatever it takes to win. She hates to lose, and that's what's gotten Kim to where she's at, where right now she's one of the top players obviously in our team as a top 4 defenseman. She leads the WCHA in plus minus. She scored some big goals for us. A couple of goals that she's gotten this year, but big goals. Scored the game winner against Robert Morris. Had a big goal against one of our rivals, University of North Dakota. She's made herself into an all situations defenseman. Came in as a forward. Has handled that process wonderfully, but Kim deserves all the credit. And thankfully, you love to be proved wrong as a coach. Thankfully, Kim proved us wrong.
Just talk about the whole process of her coming in as a forward and then finding her way, as a defenseman here, within the last few years.
Yeah, it's a switch that we're comfortable making, and a lot of the infancy of women's hockey, a lot of the best players do play forward, so we're pretty comfortable moving forwards back to D. We've had some success with that. It's a conversion we're comfortable making, and Kim saw an opportunity to play, and that was the biggest thing Kim was looking for. Is she just wanted to play and help our team be successful, and so she made the most out of that opportunity, and she did it by working hard in practice. And we had noticed how tough she was to play against in practice. Our top players didn't like playing against her, and that's the best compliment you can get as a role player. And so, but she took advantage of her opportunity. She was ready for the opportunity when she got it. She's a tremendous athlete. I don't know if you know. I think she finished 2nd or 3rd in the 300 in the state track meet. She actually beat one of her teammates, Montana. I think Montana might have finished 6th or 7th, but she's an unbelievable athlete. She's always in top shape. She stayed this summer here, trained here in our facility, but she's always in tremendous shape and with her battle level. But again, she's made herself into a top 4 defenseman on our team, and arguably one of the top defensemen in the WCHA.
She's obviously a senior here. Just what do you think her legacy is going to be here once she's done in March or whenever the season ends for you guys?
Yeah, I think her legacy is persistence. It's her relentlessness that she played with. It was her persistence and not taking no for an answer. And she's always kind of had a chip on her shoulder and wanted to prove us wrong, I guess, as coaches, that she could play here, that she could play at this level. And that chip on her shoulder has gotten her to where she's at. So thankfully for that, it's been a big part of where we've taken this program. She kind of epitomizes what this program is all about, and that she's tough to play against. And that's who we have to be as a team, consistently night in and night out.